Hi, beautiful souls. This recording is or was prompted by a question from one of my viewers about Doreen Virtue and the abrupt 180-degree turn she made a few years ago. And what's interesting is it still comes up for discussion after all of this time. And in a strange way, it relates to two previous videos that I've done. First on David Beckham, which was just before Christmas, and another video that I did a while ago about 3 important things to be aware of on your spiritual journey. So I'll put the links for those below in case you're interested in seeing them. So I pulled some cards on Doreen Virtue, and I'll go through those in a moment. We can have a look at what the cards are saying to me about her choices. But let me quickly refer back to the David Beckham video. And of all of my videos, this was one that garnered the least, in a way, number of views, or the shortest average viewing time in a video. And what it shows me is that people are bailing out quite quickly after starting the video. And what it is it's hitting some sort of deep nerve within people. Because what we do is, as human beings, is put people on pedestals. When our own perceptions of self are not as healthy in a way as they should be, we tend to, as is really obvious, hold other people up to be something to aspire. Something, maybe one day I will be this loved. Maybe one day I will be acknowledged. Instead of trying to find it through an inner acceptance. Now, this is no easy task, and it is a huge part of the journey we're on, to find that self-love, to find that self-acceptance, and to see ourselves on the same level as other people. So the feeling I'm getting is that I burst bubbles in a way regarding David Beckham, because one of the first things I said was he didn't actually choose on one level his path through life. He didn't choose to become a world-class soccer player. His father chose that for him. And this idea or this concept can be a bit disappointing or disheartening to certain people who have held him up on a pedestal. Now, there's absolutely no judgment here, none at all. Ezekiel shushanji kakumokote. Si chikanya tukubatia tsadikika. Suka, suka, suka. India juka a juka nietekeaka. Ijete shushanike. Shanyaku babapatia jataka aniatiakuka. Inia dukosto steji joni anya takaya. Indaka, indaka, umbetishe saka, handeatsaka, umbeakuka. So it is in a way the same, the Doreen Virtue. Not that she was forced to take this 180-degree turn, but the disappointment or the shock from the people that had placed her on this pedestal, placed her in a place of being more knowledgeable or more tapped in, more successful, more seen than they. Ijutaka ajatekika, onye dekika nye zakakatika, hamberta ye dikanya. Shodandia kukamba atikariat sekubutte jetse sike ini tekika. Hembe zutaya shtaka nye kika. Hazete jusheania sindakriat seke. Hitu chakanye ze Kike. So the cards that I pulled say that this was a powerful choice for Doreen Virtue, for the soul that is inhabiting the avatar called Doreen Virtue. She had millions of people, maybe millions, buy her card sets. And in fact, I'm using 2 of hers as well. The angel cards and the unicorn cards are Doreen Virtues. And she, in fact, asked people to get rid of her cards. She said that they were not of the light at all. And she had such a dramatic change. It wasn't just that she went off in a new direction. She disavowed or told everybody to ignore what she had said, and then in fact that it was not coming from a great place at all. So it was doubly shocking in a way for a lot of the people that followed her and loved her cards and in fact directed their lives with her cards. So the video that I did, which was the three things to think about, to be aware of on your spiritual journey, one of them was that what happens is we grow up with a concept of God. We grow up with a concept of divinity, a divine being. And this is part of the conditioning and the programming as a child. And we pick it up often from our parents, or we rebel and go the other way, whichever way we decide to jump or leap in response to the conditioning and the ideas and concepts that are laid in front of us. So we have an idea about God. And when we come onto a spiritual path and we wake up, as it is called, and we understand who we truly are and that there is more to us than we understand and or ever knew, that we have a divine spark within us, that we are on a journey of evolution, we begin to take on different concepts and let others go. But one of the ones that's more difficult to identify is that we often overlay our way of connecting with divinity onto the other beings in our community who seem to have it all together. So we have this example of this woman who is held up to be in tune with the truth of who we are. And then she suddenly does this about face and go off in a 180-degree different direction. And what it does is send people into a place of shock. And that place of shock is to sort of shake us to the core of our being, to look at a concept in a way that we may not have looked at it prior to having this experience. Because most people are not aware the degree to which they're overlaying their old concept of God onto Archangel Michael or onto the Pleiadians or onto Dolores Cannon or onto Jane Roberts, whoever we now see as being in tune or in the flow or really connected to that thing, that aspect of the divine human, we tend to hold them up and put them above us, often to a great degree unconsciously. So she, according to the cards that I've laid out, she gave us an incredible gift. She gave us that moment of, oh my gosh, that puts us into a place of pause, that puts us into a place of self-reflection. And through this shock, through this pause, we expand and see ourselves and see the program and see the conditioning to a greater degree. So let's have a look at the cards that I pulled for Doreen. The first one is the Ace of Swords. So this for her is her truth. This was the house of the true heart. There are concepts that say that she did it because she had tapped out the finances of the New Age community, and that she was looking for a new pool of people to maybe create an income from. And I did hear this on a video about 2 years ago from a chap who felt that was the basis of her decision. But from these cards, it is something that she felt she had to do in her heart, that she was only motivated from a desire within her to follow her truth. She saw everything with new eyes. She went through, this is the rebirth card. She saw everything very differently. She had an epiphany, and her epiphany is very valuable to her. There is no wrong path. There is no wrong choice if it is following something that you feel you need to do. Because, and even if it's, you stumble into a path, not quite sure why you did, it is still not wrong. There is no judgment here. I mean, in a funny way, she represents what the New Ages call the polarity, the duality that we exist in this realm. So here was she at this end of the New Age spectrum of love and light and all of those concepts. And for people in the New Age community, when she shifted, she went here into something very opposite to this. Very different, very, in some people's concepts or perceptions, as limited, or even maybe a step backwards. But she's living the full spectrum of this reality. And that is actually what we've all done. We've all lived in these various places on this spectrum. And she is the example of us doing that we have all swung, we have all needed to understand. How could she understand this unless she's been here? And vice versa. Her soul understands polarity in a much greater way now because of having lived here and living through this filter and living through this filter. Ijotakarionzuke, shatse shijenze nenekike, artikamuyotsosa. Inchikatarias trezije joshanya, kumbareteke jata u ekeke, jianuyo nokoyo batotoшташта, ziataya chakanya. So the next card is the Seven of Wands. So she's going to face many challenges because of this new direction she's headed in. And she's going to cope with it. It's going to strengthen her because for all of the people that are judging her, there is negative or unhelpful energy headed towards her. She would be feeling it. She would be on the receiving end of these energies. But she will cope. Her soul knew exactly what she was doing when she made this turn. And as I said, it is a gift to us because it pulled a lot of us up short to question. So as I've always said, it's not so much what happens in your life or what someone does to you or says, it's your reaction to it that the wisdom is gained, that the pearl of wisdom is gained. So however people felt about her 180-degree turn, that's what people need to be interested in. That is going to show you something that's encoded on your frequency wave that is needed to be seen and healed and let go of. So she's well placed to cope with the challenges that come with this choice of hers. Now, I pulled 2 cards as the final 2 of this little reading. Now, this was done from a place of love on her soul level, as I said. On her soul level, there was a lesson for everyone in this situation, not just for her, but for us. And we have to look beyond the surface of this. On the surface level, she made a choice that many cannot understand. But at a deeper level, there is a purposeful good to everything that's happened, not only for her own journey, but for ours. So look beneath the surface and see the love in this choice of hers, the love of self. And the previous cards show it's an important step for her in following her heart. And she did that knowing on, I think, a very big level that it would not go down well with the community that she had gathered or that had begun to follow her because of her cards and her knowledge and her writings. So she's on her own journey. She is a gift. She fully believes what she's doing, and God bless her for her incredible decision. And she will grow and learn from this, as we all will. And we all learn and grow for whether we're here or here, because this is incredibly subjective. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.